Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Sam and Max Save the World. Well, this time we're going to start Chapter 5, which is subtitled Reality 2.0. With an internet crisis looming and a viral video game holding its players hostage, Sam and Max will need to slip into a new reality to set things right. But can the freelance police crack this virtual case in time to avoid worldwide system failure? So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of gags about virtual reality and the metaverse in this, which is kind of surreal, given that at the time I'm recording this, there's a whole bunch of tech wonks going crazy over NFT and cryptocurrency and the new metaverse. So, let's see how well all the gags about virtual life have aged in the decade plus since this originally came out. Oh, that noise takes me back. For the Zoomers watching this, I should explain that's the noise that modems used to make. Back when they had to dial in through phone lines. And I should probably also explain that phone lines, we used to have to plug our phones into the wall. And our computers. Ah, the glorious days before Wi-Fi. And purple background on the opening this time, but you'll note that we still have the presidential sedan for getting around.
Unrest in the Dakotas.
Dispatch equal numbers of giant battle robots to all sides. Whoever survives, claim we backed them all along.
Illegal immigration.
Let the new guys pilot the giant battle robots.
Criticism that your domestic policy is too giant battle robot based.
They can take it up with my new press secretary, the Mametron 9000. If that's the guys from Air Force One, tell them they get the keys back once they say the magic word.
Quiet, Max. It's the commissioner. Total collapse of the economy and downfall of Western civilization? Great grinning head of John the Baptist in a pork pie hat stuffed in a rhinestone bowling bag. We're on our way. We've got a computer crisis to take care of, little buddy.
Have they tried turning it off and back on again?
Bigger than that, Max. Computers everywhere are going haywire. Planes are falling from the sky. Nuclear reactors are nearing meltdown.
And scores of pasty white nerds will be forced to go outdoors and socialize with normal people.
The horror.
Where do we start, Sam?
The National Consortium of Smart People who are good with computers has been tracking electron surges all over the country, and one of the biggest is right here in our neighborhood.
What an unbelievably convenient coincidence! How do we find an electron surge?
No idea. Let's go!
And I'm sure Bosco probably has some tech that could help, but first things first, let's check our messages.
Hello, Mr. President. This is Margie, your scheduling assistant, with some changes for this week. You still have impeachment hearings on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, but the one on Wednesday has been pushed back for your war crimes trial. Thanks.
It sounds suspiciously like Janine from The Real Ghostbusters.
Hello again, Mr. President. Just a reminder that you're still scheduled to visit middle schools this week to remind kids of the importance of staying in school. As usual, we'll have therapists on hand after your speech to talk with the more traumatized children. One more thing, Mr. President. Your opponents have finally decided to cancel their weekly election ballot recounts. According to your calendar, that should free up the hour and a half each week you have marked as time to glow. Hello, Mr. President. This is Margie, your scheduling assistant, with some changes for this week. You still have impeachment...
Okay.
Max, why did you put the Bill of Rights on our dartboard?
House cleaning. Guess what? We no longer have the right to peaceably assemble.
Great.
And next time you're incarcerated, you'll have the choice of cruel or unusual punishment.
I'm beginning to regret voting for the other guy. Hello, is this the Pentagon? This is the President's National Security Advisor. I think the Swiss are up to something. You'd better check it out.
I love that shocked expression they get when the tanks line up along their border.
It's the little things that make being leader of the free world worthwhile. Hello, Kremlin. We've decided we're done with Alaska. You can have it back now. Hello, is this a Pentagon? This is the...
I love that
It's the little things that...
Yeah, typically there's only 2 or 3 things, but it was 2 in that case.
Hey, there's a parade coming.
I love a parade.
Oh, sorry. Looks like it's just another angry mob protesting your barbaric school lunch program.
Again? They just don't recognize genius.
At least I got rid of that jerk guy.
I guess the computer crisis is affecting television, too.
Or ours is just a piece of crap. Either way, this is serious.
Hey, what happened to that charming picture of the recently flattened marsupial?
Turns out you're supposed to flip the page every month.
Yeah, that'll get old fast. Hey, Max, there's a donut missing. You didn't actually eat it, did you?
No, the mold civilization discovered nuclear fusion and accidentally destroyed one of their continents.
If man does not learn from the donut box, he is doomed to repeat it. I don't want to alarm you, Max, but do you know if Hubert's made out a will?
You bet he has. Why do you think I agreed to take care of him? Won't be long now.
Ooh.
Hello, Mr. Vice President.
I'm sorry, Sam, but I have a re-election campaign to think about. And let's face it, you are not a hit with the aquatic voters.
A place to hang coats, or very short outlaws. Oh, brother. President Max's throne. The little rat's not home. Lincoln's head, still at large. I don't even want to look at that case again. Our eviction notice graveyard. How many islanders had to die to get the lava for our precious lamp?
And let's see what trophy we have this time.
Even if he was just a puppet, Max, don't you think it's unsettling to keep the head of the former president inside our closet?
You're right, Sam. We need to get a pike.
Hungry, Leonard?
It is such a scam. It's business. Get me out of here. You come in.
Okay, maybe later then. The teddy bear that terrorized a TV station. The fro behind Brady Culture's unfashionable hypnosis plot. File cabinet or feng shui nightmare? A slave colony for the slaver on a budget.
Alright, I think we've done enough walking down memory lane, but let's check out our inventory. Looks like we've got our gun, our listening device, and the boxing glove. So we'll probably have to cure some people of hypnosis.
See anything around here that looks like it could cause massive electron surges and affect computers all over the country?
Okay, I confess. I've been watching too much TV. There was a courtship of Eddie's father marathon. Satisfied?
I doubt that would do it. We'll have to check elsewhere in the neighborhood. Seeing as you're President of the United States these days, can we get someone in to paint this place?
Sorry, all my whitewashers are busy with presidential scandals.
Let's get cracking.
Great, show me what to crack and I'll crack it.
Alright, time to hit the streets. And note that we have an extremely right-tilted view of the street
Looks
this
like
time
the
around.
Esperanto bookstore is closed again.
Aw, that was fast. Even for this neighborhood.
I still don't see why we had to throw out a perfectly good carpet.
It didn't match the drapes.
Impeach President Max. U.S. out of the Dakotas.
I swear, you torch a couple national forests and everyone wants your head.
Stinkies versus the Board of Health.
That's not a fight. Even one Stinky's cockroach could take out the entire Board of Health with 5 appendages tied behind its thorax.
Interestingly, that's the exact reason they're having the hearing. Lost giraffe.
Oh, I saw him!
Answers to Bobo.
Oh, wrong giraffe then. Mine only answered to Lieutenant Ambrose Applesucker.
Ferret Lake.
Sequels to beloved classics are always better than the originals.
Yes, Max. Yes, they are. The quickest way from point A to point the hell out of here. Secret serve ice cream? I don't think that's fooling anyone.
Ooh, ice cream? I want some!
Lefty's has been abandoned for ages.
No joke, just a comment about that.
Wow, they canceled the Liver and Onions concert.
And after only 5 months of trying to sell a ticket.
And Sibyl's is now running beta testing.
Hey, Sibyl, have you...
I'm surrounded! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt!
Stand back, Max. It sounds like Sibyl's finally cracked.
It's about time. Her relative stability was making the rest of the neighborhood look bad.
Back, pit demons! With sword of righteous fire, I cast thee away!
This is just like that time we were hired as motivational speakers for that Sunday school.
Actually, now that I look closely, it's more like our last case. And the 3 before that. If there's one thing I've learned to recognize recently, it's a hypnotic device. And those weird glasses are it.
Launch stinging BBs of unholy smiting.
To break her out of the trance, we'll have to deliver a blow to her head.
You know, Sam, when you love what you do, it doesn't even feel like work.
Well, before we do that...
Incredibly valuable historic artifact and incredibly tacky decor all rolled into one. Sibyl's definitely been hypnotized by those goggles she's got on.
So whack her in the head like we always do with hypnotized people.
Whatever's going on with Sibyl, it's definitely out of the ordinary.
You think it has something to do with the electronic surgery, whatchamahoozits?
Could be, little buddy. Let me just say preemptively, no, you cannot get a tattoo while we're here.
Not even a screaming lizard skull rising out of a flaming vat of toxic waste that says love on it?
Isn't that the Department of Agriculture logo?
Not yet.
Whatever's going on with Sibyl...
You think it has something to do with it?
Could be, little buddy. Sibyl's...
So whack her...
Alright.
Let's get cracking.
As if they couldn't make it any more obvious what we're supposed to do here.
Sibyl needs a self-cleaning cactus.
Whee!
Sibyl needs a self-cleaning cactus.
Don't we all need a self-cleaning cactus, really?
Jitter Cola's so addictive, even taxidermied foxes can't get enough. I've never felt less relaxed. I still can't believe the Sibyl Lincoln sex scandal never made the Times. I'm not sure whether to lie on this thing or drive it out of here. Don't worry, I'll sob uncontrollably later, when no one's watching. It's locked.
Still.
Nothing but waste. Incredibly valuable historic artifact and incredibly tacky decor all rolled into one. Diploma Mill College. Graduate in minutes or your money back. The threat of electroshock can turn anyone's frown upside down. Flaming skull and crossbones or flaming 8-ball. So hard to choose. Skin art. Sibyl needs a self-cleaning cactus.
Alright, well, having looked at everything...
Back, demons! Cast ward of pungent unsavoriness.
I can't get close enough to touch her, Max.
Maybe we can get Max to team up on this.
I've got better things to punch. Let's get cracking.
Well, here's an idea.
Back, demons! Cast ward of pungent unsavoriness.
Okay, here's what she said.
The +2 sword shall be mine. Mine!
Well, that could come in handy. Somehow.
Concentrate all your containment spells on the little one. The big one looks slow and stupid.
Now that's just not nice.
Concentrate all your containment spells on the little one. The big one looks slow and stupid.
Now that's just not nice.
And apparently I can't get Max to try and use the glove on her.
I've got better things to punch.
So we'll come back and try this later. Actually, I wonder...
Where are we going, Sam?
Nowhere in this old rust bucket. At least not until we get it fixed.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was an important piece until the explosion.
Yep, so we can't go anyplace else.
Looks like the Esperanto bookstore is closed again.
Aw.
For some reason, the parking meters around here always get bent. Newspaper office's coffee machine empty for a third straight day.
That's some hard-hitting local reporting.
I guess the reporters are having a tough time adjusting to life without the internet. Lincoln Rampage ends with colorful mushroom cloud.
There's one way to put a positive spin on it.
Majority of DC areas still uninhabitable.
At least some things never change.
President Max adopts alien baby with unidentified life partner. We should sue!
For printing unsubstantiated libel?
For giving me second billing. Newspaper office's coffee machine empty.
That's some hard-hitting local reporting.
I guess the reporters are having a tough time adjusting to life without the internet.
Yeah, and if you look closely, the newspapers actually read weird noises heard at White House again, and President Max demotes Florida to a territory.
Every time I look at that, I feel an accident coming on. This gumball machine looks pretty banged up.
A gang of about 5 dentists came through the other night, and 4 of them just started beating the hell out of it.
What did the 5th one do?
He kept sobbing and saying, "Why can't we all just get along?"
Hey, there's Jimmy.
Hi, Mom. With deals like this, it's a wonder Bosco can stay in business. Well, if it isn't our favorite ethically challenged rat, Jimmy Two-Teeth.
Sam was wondering where you'd scampered off to.
I'm touched.
I was wondering what embarrassing pose we'd use when we had you stuffed and mounted.
Yeah, I'm scared out of my wits. You's gonna buy something or what?
What's a 2-bit crook like you trying to sell this time?
I'll ignore that petty insult for the sake of a successful transaction. I'm selling the latest in interpersonal defense.
You're an arms dealer?
You make it sound so cheap. I deal in peace of mind.
What have you got in stock?
Yeah, right now I only got this cannon. You guys look like you should just start out with handguns.
We've already got handguns.
Oh yeah? Where?
Just trust him on that one. How much for that cannon?
It's not for sale.
Worst arms dealer ever.
It's not for sale to you guys. I don't sell to the police. Call it my own ethical code.
But we're just barely police.
Yeah, I seen how you guys work. I sell it to you, and next thing I know, the bunny's got it pointed right at me.
Sell us the cannon, Jimmy.
I already told you, it's not for sale.
What have you been up to, Jimmy?
You know, the usual knitting, working on my tan. What do you think I've been up to? Starting a business ain't easy.
The Better Business Bureau is going to be hearing about that attitude of yours, mister.
Get bored lounging in the White House pond?
Who was lounging, smart guy? I was networking. Turns out DC's a great place to get tips on being an arms broker.
Maybe it was a bad idea to move the Oval Office back here, Sam.
Are you still running with the skin bodies?
I found I no longer agreed with their extremist views.
More like you got a little chilly.
Or got tired of seeing your repulsive pink flesh every morning.
Let's just say I left for a variety of reasons.
Freelance police, Mr. Teeth. You're under arrest.
Come along quietly and we'll only use excessive force instead of medieval.
Just try it, pigs. Last time I checked, it was a free country.
I'm working on that.
It's not too late to make an honest rat out of yourself, Jimmy.
Or a bookend, or a doorstop.
People want weapons, I sell them weapons. What could be more honest?
Enough games, Jimmy. You're under arrest.
I know my rights. New federal mandate for armament appropriation, and I quote, "No citizen shall be prevented from setting up shop without a license and in someone else's store to sell dangerous weapons indiscriminately to the highest bidder."
Who in his right mind would pass such an irresponsible law?
I couldn't help it, Sam. The gun lobby has these unbelievable gift baskets.
You're still under arrest, Jimmy.
No chance. Shouldn't ought to argue with the guy with the cannon.
It's not too late to make an honest...
Or a bookend.
People want...
See you later.
Maybe if you can find me. Hey! Hands off the merchandise, pigs!
Ooh. Hey, Bosco.
Greetings and well met, friend watchman for hire.
Sam, how come I suddenly have a primal desire to beat Bosco savagely?
Because he's talking like a Renaissance Fair attendee, Max. It's an innate fight-or-flight response.
I am El Bosco Drill the Unhinged, mighty half-elf ranger.
You can tell he's a half-elf because he's only wearing one pointy ear.
Okay, Bosco. While Max prepares the Thorazine, why don't you tell us why you've become an elf?
Half-elf? And I'll tell you why. I've had multiple delivery conspiracies, I've had missiles aimed at me, and now I got rival arms dealers setting up shop in my store.
Point being?
Well, it's not safe for me here anymore. I gotta take my business the only place I can feel 100% secure. The internet.
What does this internet doohickey have to do with being an elf?
Half-elf.
It's because everyone on the internet has to pick an avatar, like a dwarf or an orc or a troll. But we got enough trolls.
Amen to
I
that.
didn't think it was possible, but he's actually less creepy as the elf.
Half-elf, troll. Never mind. You guys don't understand how computers work.
You're taking your store online?
Where will that leave us? We fear and mistrust computers.
Don't you worry, guys. My online store will offer twice the inconvenience at thrice the price.
Well, see you there. How's business, Bosco?
Business is deader than a valet parking attendant at a convention of mob informants.
That bad, huh?
That rat showed up and started taking all my customers.
Free enterprise, Jack!
Say what you will, the rat knows his anarcho-capitalist economic philosophy.
Max, I only bought you those encyclopedias because you promised me you couldn't read. We want to buy something.
I have the finest goods in all the land.
Tell him we'll pay him just to stop talking like that.
What would the squire care to purchase?
Do you have any dual-core processors with 512 megabyte cache?
Nay.
Do you have any chimpanzee-sized diapers?
Nay.
Do you have any barbecue plankton chips?
Nay.
Do you have any keychains with a +8 modifier to dexterity?
I wish.
Do you have any self-respect?
Nay.
Ha-ha! Tricked you!
No, I understood the question. I understood it all too well.
You sure do know how to suck the fun out of everything, Bosco. Do you have any Lambos?
It's stale.
Do you have any dual-core processors with 512 megabyte cache?
Nay.
What have you got?
Oh, not much. Just a virulent biological weapon.
All right!
Biological weapons? We don't like to judge.
Speak for yourself, Sam.
But isn't germ warfare a little on the south side of ethical?
I've got to compete to stay in the market, guys. If an arms dealer's gonna open up shop in my store, I've got to up the ante.
All right, how much for this virulent biological weapon of yours?
$1 billion.
We'll take it.
What's another billion or so to the national deficit?
I'm sorry. For safety reasons, I no longer accept cash in the store. You'll have to pay online.
That's pretty inconvenient.
Thank you.
We'd like a big heaping mess of
My bank account still seems...
Oh, yeah. How do we make an online payment again?
Well, for one, you gotta be online. Call me when you get on the internet.
On second thought, nothing for us now.
As thy wish. But don't blame me when you're stuck in the torched wastelands with nary a bag of enchantment to defend thyself.
See you later, Bosco.
To the battle! Godspeed, defenders of the Shire.
Ah, the toilet literature section. Lottery tickets, a.k.a. the Donate to Bosco charity. The most historic weenies this side of the Mississippi. Prune nuts.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about something else.
Look at those poor little pockets of air, desperately trying to escape certain decaffeinated doom. Sludgies. This week's flavors? Potion of giant strength and elixir of dwarven flatulence.
False advertising! I've drunk a gallon of the red potion and I still don't have giant strength.
Actually, the giant strength is the green one.
Oh, yeah.
Get your red-hot hotness right inside. I'm not sure which is more terrifying, the cheese on the nachos or the free toilet brush that comes with them. Does Bosco make these signs himself? Some remarkably useful ketchup.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of use out of that.
Ooh, fun!
Well, that hasn't changed, at least.
The site of Max's eventual cryogenic hibernation. Fluids so well preserved, they're nearly fit to drink. Your standard tongue repossession disclaimer.
And I wonder...
Ooh.
I'm stuck!
As president, I resolve to address the nation's rat obesity problem without delay.
Let me out of here!
Oh, we'll let you out of there soon enough, Jimmy. Soon enough.
Alright, so now we have a rat cannon. And what are we going to do with the rat cannon, you ask? Well, I think it's perfectly obvious, don't you? Better just show you.
What happened? Am I at the respawn point?
Is she coming on to us?
Wake up, Sibyl. We freed you from those wacky techno goggles.
Did you guys just hit me in the head with a rat fired from a cannon?
It doesn't sound as cool when you say it.
Hope you're not overly peeved. It was the only way to break your hypnotic trance.
I wasn't hypnotized. I was playing a computer game.
No need to thank us. We're freelance police. It's what we do.
Thank you. You guys just ruined my new job.
Your new job was flailing around like a hyperactive fan dancer while screaming gibberish?
That job's already taken, lady. We're freelance police. It's what we do.
I'm a beta tester. I was playing Reality 2.0 with those goggles. And look, you broke them. And I haven't even paid off the deposit.
Ah, Reality 2.0. I suspected as much.
It's a new, full immersion, interactive, massively multiplayer adventure. You play with these VR goggles and a Wi-Fi link to a distributed game server.
You might want to explain some of your more elaborate terms to my technology-challenged little pal.
I'm confused by your word, reality.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes I forget you guys are Luddites.
We are not. We're just very good friends.
Reality 2.0 is like a video game. You put on those goggles and enter a different world. It's going to be the biggest thing on the internet.
Heard that before.
What's a beta tester?
I play computer games to find bugs that need to be fixed before release.
Don't you have to have experience to do that?
All you do is go through somebody else's hard work and point out what they did wrong. I was a therapist, remember?
Aren't computer games a colossal waste of time?
They're not so bad, as long as you're not stuck in some tedious dialogue tree. Have you guys ever actually played one?
They make players antisocial, violent, without conscience or remorse, and too dependent on instant gratification.
It seemed redundant.
I'm sure that you and any legal counsel that represents you can see how we thought you were hypnotized.
Typical anti-game propaganda. I was perfectly fine. I just wish it hadn't happened on my first day of work.
They had you start working on a Friday?
Today's Monday, isn't it?
Never pegged you as a computer geek, Sibyl. How'd you get the job?
I was checking job listings online and found one right next door.
Lefty's back? I can't wait to see him. Sam, have you seen my good machete?
No, Lefty's gone. Now that space is being used by the cops.
Uh-huh.
The cops moved into our neighborhood?
Those dirty liars. We're all the police this neighborhood needs.
And then some.
Not police. It's an acronym for, well, for something I can't remember.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Max?
I highly doubt it.
These cops guys must be behind our computer crisis. You've been playing that game for an entire week.
She's an addict, Sam. Time for an intervention. We'll need some cocktail peanuts, an Iron Maiden, and, oh, a box of handkerchiefs. This is going to be emotional.
An entire week? Maybe I don't want this job after all.
You're not supposed to cave that quickly. And you call yourself an addict.
What's wrong with the goggles?
You broke them, that's what.
It looks like the rear slot downstream signal thermostat regurgitator chip is blown out.
He has no idea what he's talking about, does he?
Never. What's so important about those goggles?
Well, I paid a big deposit on them for one thing. They're the only way to get into Reality 2.0.
And I'd bet Max's annual salary they're the only way to get to the bottom of this computer crisis. Is the game any good?
It's all right, I guess. There's way too much repetition, though.
Is the game any good?
It's all right, I guess. There's way too much repetition, though.
Is the game any good?
It's all right, I guess. There's way too much repetition, though.
Yeah.
Where did you say those cops guys are?
Over at Lefty's old place, right next to my office.
Where did you get those goggles?
From my new employers, of course. The cops.
All right.
See you around, Sibyl.
Look for me in the unemployment line.
Well, let's grab the goggles.
They're broken.
I said let's grab the goggles.
They're broken.
Okay, we can't grab the goggles. But at least we know where to go when we start next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.